Hi everyone, it's Miss Allen. Welcome to Adventures in Storytime. I'm coming to you from the Story Tower at the Billings Public Library, and I am ready for story time this week. How about you? Alrighty, let's do our opening song. Two little hands go clap, clap, clap. Two little feet go tap, tap, tap. Two little fists go thump, thump, thump. And two little feet go jump, jump, jump. One little child turns round and round, and one little child sits quietly down. Alrighty, so this week we are talking about hibernation. When it starts to get cold and there's lots of snow out, hibernation sounds like a good thing to do. So, hibernation, that means when animals go to sleep in their cave or under their mud, in their tree, until the snow is gone and it's springtime again. So we're going to read about some animals that do that. But first we're going to talk about our letter of the week. This is the letter H. H, like in hibernation or hazel, which is kind of the greenish brown color this one is. Or we could say her, or Hillary, or Henry, or Hank. Lots of words that start with the letter H. So that is our letter this week. H for hibernation. That's a big word, isn't it? So the first book we're going to read talks to us about the animals in winter. And this is by Martha Rustad, Animals in Winter. Do you know what this is? That's right, it's a bird. It's a cardinal, a very pretty red bird. Alrighty, so animals in winter. Gotta get to the first page. It's winter. Animals do many things to survive the cold temperatures. What's something that you do to survive the cold temperature? Do you put gloves on and a hat? Maybe you stay inside when it's really cold? Well, some animals migrate to warmer places for winter. Birds fly together to their winter homes. Reindeer walk to find their food. They dig to find berries and grass under the snow. Black bears hibernate. There's our word. Alone in their dens. Their thick fur keeps them warm. Groups of bats hibernate together. They hang upside down close together to stay warm. There's two H words, hibernate and hang. Can you see them? They're all together, all nice and toasty. Fish spend the winter near the bottom of the lakes. They wait for the ice to melt in spring. Squirrels hide nuts in the fall, and then they find and eat the nuts in winter. So there's another H word, hide. See how fuzzy that squirrel is right now? His fur gets nice and fuzzy and warm to keep him safe in the winter. Snowshoe hares hop through snow on their long feet. Their white winter fur helps them to hide from predators. Isn't that cool? You can barely see them in the snow because they're hiding. Another H word, that's a hare, like a rabbit. Animals on the move leave tracks in the snow. Can you see them? Just like you leave tracks in the snow, don't you, when you go out in your snow boots? Yep. So, we're going to sing a hibernation song. Are you ready? So first we're going to have to bundle up. Okay. And then we're going to sleep, and we're going to gather nuts, and we're going to hop like frogs and toads, and then we're going to fly south. And then we are going to put on our own hats and gloves, right? To keep ourselves warm in the wintertime, right? Okay, here we go. Weather's getting cold, so bundle up, bundle up, bundle up. The weather's getting cold, so bundle up. Winter's coming soon. The bears in their cave sleep all day, sleep all day, sleep all day. The bears in their cave sleep all day. Winter's coming soon. The squirrels in the trees get lots of nuts, lots of nuts, lots of nuts. The squirrels in the tree get lots of nuts. Winter's coming soon. So now we're going to do frogs and toads. Can you hop? Frogs and the toads go deep in the mud, deep in the mud, deep in the mud. The frogs and the toads go deep in the mud. Winter's coming soon. The ducks and the geese fly down south, fly down south, fly down south. The ducks and the geese fly down south. Winter's coming soon. The people in the town wear hats and gloves, hats and gloves, hats and gloves. The people in the town wear hats and gloves. Winter's coming soon. Good job, guys. We'll sing that song one more time after our next story, which is Time to Sleep. Can you see the teddy bear going to sleep? Well, he's not a teddy bear. He's probably a brown bear or a grizzly bear. And this book is by Denise Fleming. Think winter's coming? Bear sniffed once. She sniffed twice. I smell winter in the air, said Bear. It is time to crawl into my cave and sleep. But first, I must tell Snail. Snail was slowly slithering up one leaf and down another. Snail, rumbled Bear, winter is in the air. It is time to seal your shell and sleep. Boy, there were lots of S words in that page, weren't there? Snail stopped slithering. You are right, Bear, said Snail. This morning there was frost on the grass. It is time to sleep. But first I must tell Skunk. Scritch, scratch, scratch. Skunk was busy digging grubs. Skunk, winter's on its way, said Snail. It is time for you to curl up in your den and sleep. Skunk looked up. The leaves on the trees were yellow and red. All right, said Skunk, I will sleep. But first I must tell Turtle. Does Turtle hibernate? Remember we talked about that in our song. Turtle was off on a ramble. Stop, Turtle, cried Skunk. I have news. Winter is on the way. Turtle blinked. Winter? Yes, winter, said Skunk. It's time for you to dig down deep and sleep. The days have been growing shorter, muttered Turtle. It is time to sleep. But first I must tell Woodchuck. Turtle trudged up Woodchuck's hill. Woodchuck, called Turtle, winter's on its way. It is time for you to burrow down and sleep. So Woodchuck gets down in the dirt. Thank goodness, said Woodchuck with a sigh. My skin is so tight I could not eat another bite. I am ready to sleep. But first I must tell Ladybug. So does Woodchuck fill his belly up before he goes to sleep? And he is stuffed. Ladybug was perched on a branch in a maple tree. Ladybug, called Woodchuck, winter's on its way. Do you see Ladybug? Ladybug flew over Woodchuck's head. The leaves are falling from the trees, said Woodchuck. It is time for you to slip under a log and sleep. All right, said Ladybug, but first I must tell Bear. Did you know that ladybugs go under logs to sleep through the winter? There she is. Bear was softly snoring in her cave. Bear, cried Ladybug, wake up, wake up. Bear grumbled and rolled over. The sky is full of geese and honking goodbye, cried Ladybug. Winter is on its way, Bear. The bear opened one eye. Then she opened the other eye. What? Growled Bear. It's time to crawl into your cave and sleep, said Ladybug. Ladybug, grumbled Bear, I am in my cave, and I was asleep. Oh dear, said Ladybug. I'm so sorry, Bear. Please go back to sleep. Bear rolled over and closed her eyes. Ladybug slipped under a log nearby. Can you see her right there? There she is. Good night, Bug, said Bear. Good night, Bear, said Ladybug. Good night, Woodchuck. Good night, Turtle. Good night, Skunk. Good night, Snail. Good night, everyone. See you in the spring. Are they all going to go hibernate? They are. Stay nice and warm through the winter and come back out in the spring when it's all bright and beautiful, right? Alrighty, so let's sing our hibernation song. Are we ready? Okay, I'm going to put the words up this time so you could do the actions and sing words with me. Here we go. The weather's getting cold, so bundle up, bundle up. Bundle up, the weather's getting cold, so bundle up. Winter's coming soon. The bears in the cave sleep all day, sleep all day, sleep all day. The bears in the cave sleep all day. Winter's coming soon. The squirrels in the trees get lots of nuts, lots of nuts, lots of nuts. The squirrels in the tree get lots of nuts. Winter's coming soon. The frogs and the toads go deep in the mud, deep in the mud, deep in the mud. The frogs and the toads go deep in the mud. Winter's coming soon. The ducks and the geese fly down south, fly down south, fly down south. The ducks and the geese fly down south. Winter's coming soon. The people in the town wear hats and gloves, hats and gloves, hats and gloves. The people in the town wear hats and gloves. Winter's coming soon. Did you put your hat and your gloves on? Alrighty, then I think we should learn another song. We've sung this one before. I know we have. Before we read our next story, are you ready? It's called 5 in the Bed. Do you remember this one? Got your 5 fingers ready to go? There were 5 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over, and one fell out. How many are left? 4. There were 4 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over, and one fell out. How many are left now? 3. Alrighty. There were 3 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over, and one fell out. 2 left, that's right. There's 2 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over, and one fell out. How many are left? Just 1. There was 1 in the bed, and the little one said, "I'm lonely, come back." There were 5 in the bed, and the little one said, "Good night." That song is kind of going to work with our our flannel board that we do later. But let's get to Sleep, Bear, Sleep by Maureen Wright. She has a couple other books in this series. These are super cute. Look at Bear. Does he look tired? Does it look like winter might be coming? Alrighty. Look at Bear's face. Look at his face. Here we go. I'll turn there. You can see it all. Old Man Winter from a storm cloud spied his big bear friend in the countryside. He leaned to the earth and softly sighed. "Sleep, Bear, sleep." What's Bear doing? He's getting honey. But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard, as the twilight fell, "Drive a Jeep, Big Bear, drive a Jeep." Is that what the wind said? So Big Bear yawned as he drove around in a Jeep on a road just south of town. See, these guys are stealing picnic baskets, aren't they? But after a while, he stopped in a park, and the old man whispered as it grew dark, "Sleep, Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. he thought he heard as the dry leaves fell, "Sweep, Big Bear, sweep." Did he say sweep? So Big Bear went to a house down the street and swept each room so nice and neat. Well, that was very nice of him. But after a while, he yawned again, and the old man Winter warned his friend, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as the shadows fell, "Leap, Big Bear, leap." So Big Bear found a frog he knew and played leapfrog while the cold wind blew, till all at once he fell to the ground. The wind through the trees was the only sound, and the old man Winter said with a frown, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as darkness fell, "Dive deep, Big Bear, dive deep." So Big Bear padded to a clear blue lake, finding it hard to stay awake. Is he tired? Ooh. He dove in deep and swam to the shore. He'd never been so tired before. His head dropped down and he let out a snore, and the old man Winter said once more, "Sleep, Big Bear, sleep." But Big Bear didn't hear very well. He couldn't sleep in his den in the dell. He thought he heard as the snowflakes fell, "Climb a mountain steep, Big Bear, steep." Is that what he said? So Big Bear trudged to the mountain top where the cold wind blew and the temperatures dropped. He sat on a stump on the highest spot and he wished for a blanket and a fold-up cot. He's so tired. Then he stumbled back down with his eyes half shut, so tired he didn't know which end was up. Old Man yelled while shaking his head, "Hey there, Bear, did you hear what I said? It's winter time, now go to bed." Look at his face. Big Bear's eyes were droopy and red. "You could have told me before," he said. He lumbered nearby to his cozy den, rubbed his eyes and yawned again. Can't get that page to that. There we go. He put on his PJs and blew out the light. He fluffed his pillow and he said, "Good night." That bear's so silly. He should have went to bed when he was told, right? Some of you might learn that lesson, right? Sometimes you fall asleep in your toys or in your cereal because you haven't gone to sleep. Big Bear needed to go hibernate. Alrighty, should we do 5 in a bed? Should we do 5 in a bed? I think we should do 5 in the bed. Are you ready? Here come the words. 5 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over and one fell out. That left 4 in the bed. Are you ready? There were 4 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over and one fell out. We're down to 3. There were 3 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over and one fell out. Now we have 2. There were 2 in the bed, and the little one said, "It's crowded, roll over." So they all rolled over and one fell out. So now there's only 1 left. Is that right? Did I count right? I think I did. Ready? There was 1 in the bed, and the little one said, "I'm lonely, come back." There were 5 in the bed, and the little one said, "Good night." Alrighty, now it's time for our flannel board. Does anybody know what this is? That's right, it's a mitten. You wear mittens on your hands to keep your fingers warm. So there's a Ukrainian folktale that talks about the mitten that got lost in the woods and all the animals that crawled inside it to stay warm. So we're going to do a play on that today. We're going to sing a song and we're going to have lots of little animals join us, just like the animals we talked about in our stories about hibernating and staying warm during the winter. So that's what we're going to do. So it goes like this. The mitten in the snow, the mitten in the snow. Help us please so we don't freeze, the mitten in the snow. You ready for our first animal to join us? Alrighty, so our first animal is a squirrel. That's right. I think he even has a nut down by his foot. A squirrel. So you ready? The squirrel squeezes in, the squirrel squeezes in. Help us please so we don't freeze, the mitten in the snow. Alrighty, our next animal is do you know what that is? Is that a bunny? It's a little rabbit? We're gonna sing rabbit. Goes well. Are you ready? The rabbit squeezes in, the rabbit squeezes in. Help us please so we don't freeze, in the mitten in the snow. So we got a couple animals in there. What about this one? What we got next? Do you guys know what that is? A skunk. Stinky skunk in your mitten? He needs to stay warm, right? Righty. The skunk squeezes in, the skunk squeezes in. Help us please so we don't freeze, the mitten in the snow. Righty, who's next? We had some stories about this animal this last month. What is that? Is that an owl? The owls go, whoo, whoo. Alrighty. The owl squeezes in, the owl squeezes in. Help us please so we don't freeze, the owl in the mitten in the snow. Very good. Alrighty, our next one. Tell me if you can tell me what that is. Is that a fox? That is, it's a little red fox. The fox squeezes in, the fox squeezes in. Help us please so we don't freeze, the mitten in the snow. Alrighty, you ready? What's the next? The last is a bear. Do we have room for a bear in our mitten? Okay. The bear squeezes in, the bear squeezes in. Help us please so we don't freeze, the mitten in the snow. Are all of our animals good? Uh-oh. Chew! The bear says a chew. The bear says a chew. The bear says a chew. All the animals go flying out of the mitten. Oh no! The mitten in the snow. And all of our animals go flying out when the bear went, achoo! He sneezed them all out? Oh my goodness. Silly bear. Alrighty guys, I'm so glad that you joined me for Hibernation Storytime this week. Next week, we're going to do a story time on Yetis. Yetis are like the abominable snowman, those big white fluffy creatures. We have some really cute new stories about Yetis, so I'm excited to do a new theme of Yetis. So that's going to be lots of fun next week. Make sure you stick by after this storytime video because Miss Molly's going to be doing a hibernation craft. I think it's a lot like what we just did here. And remember that you can pick up all of the craft supplies via curbside to do the crafts in this video and to join us for story time on our YouTube channels. And check out the virtual story tower on our on our webpage. Lots going on up there until you can come back in the library. I'm excited to see you all at some point, but until then, we're going to stay safe away from the library, right? So let's sing our goodbye song before you join Miss Molly. Are you ready? On my face, I have a nose. On my feet, I have 10 toes. I have 2 eyes that I can blink. And here's my head so I can think. I have a chin and very near. I have 2 ears so I can hear. I have 2 arms I reach up high. And with my hand I wave goodbye. Bye guys.
Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures in Storytime. We're going to do a craft together. This week's theme was hibernation, and so we have this little hibernation puppet theater that we're going to work on today. So that's what it'll look like when we're finished. You need a paper bag, these hibernating puppet pals, 6 jumbo popsicle sticks, glue, something to color with, some scissors. That's about it. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is color our hibernating puppet pals. So it's easier to color them first and then cut them out. So we'll do that. Let's see. We'll start with the bear. Okay, I'm gonna make a black bear. Okay, I've colored my bear, and now I'm going to choose one of the other animals to color. Let's do the frog. Okay, I have colored all of my puppet pals. I am going to cut them out now and glue them to the bottom of the popsicle stick. I left a little space around the animal so it was easier for me to cut out and also easier for me to glue. So I'll probably do that again and kind of just cut around the edges of the dotted line. I have my scissors. If you need a grown-up to help you, that's okay. You'll probably need a grown-up to help you cut later when we cut our puppet theater, like our paper bag. You'll probably need a grown-up for that. So they can help you with this too if you need help. On one side of the puppet, the animal is awake, and on the other side, it's asleep. It shows the animal hibernating. Okay, so I have all my animals cut out, and now I'm going to glue them onto the popsicle sticks. So we'll start with the chipmunk. And I'm going to just glue the back. I'm using a glue stick, but you can use any kind of glue. I'm using a lot of glue because I really want it to stick. And then I fold it kind of in the middle, so I kind of know where I want to fold. And I glued it to the bottom of the popsicle stick because it's easier to put it inside your puppet theater that way. So there's my chipmunk. Next we'll do the frog. Sometimes it kind of takes a couple tries to get the sleeping one on one side and the awake animal on the other side, and that's okay. Next, we have all of our hibernating puppet pals now. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, and this is where you might need a grown-up's help. You'll probably need a grown-up's help, actually, because you don't want to poke yourself, so. We want to cut a hole in the bag, like right there, so you can see your puppets. So you have to be kind of careful. You don't want your hand in there because you could poke yourself, so I'm just gonna kind of make a little indent here and then cut. I'm making the shape of like a half circle, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want enough space to be able to see your puppets. All right, perfect. So I have that. And if you want to put something like kind of heavy in your bag so it doesn't move around, you can do that. And then you can just put on a puppet show for your friends or your family. So that's the craft. Thanks for hanging out with us and listening to our stories and doing the craft. It was really fun. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.